The former Prince, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor's time as trade envoy to be investigated for possible corruption. This is after these newly released Epstein files accused the former Prince of forwarding government documents to Jeffrey Epstein.
Everyone knows Andrew claimed he flew to New York in December 2010 to honourably end his friendship with Jeffrey Epstein. One final conversation. The right thing to do. Then he'd walk away forever. But newly released emails don't just contradict that story, they obliterate it. Because Andrew didn't pop in for a quick chat. He stayed for 9 days. And during those 9 days, emails show girls arriving after school, mysterious cash deliveries in black bags, confidential government reports being forwarded to a convicted sex offender, and a celebrity-packed dinner party where publicists had nervous breakdowns over tablecloth colours. This isn't just a longer visit than he admitted. It's a completely different story. And later in this video, I'll show you the Christmas card Andrew sent Epstein just weeks after this supposed farewell, the one that ends with "looking forward to joining you all again soon." Let's start with what Andrew actually said happened. In November 2019, Andrew sat down with Emily Maitlis for that now infamous BBC Newsnight interview. He was asked directly about the December 2010 trip. His answer? He went to New York specifically to break off the friendship face to face, because doing it over the phone would have been the chicken's way of doing it. Noble, honourable, a difficult but necessary conversation. He admitted there was a dinner, but insisted it was small, just a handful of people. He claimed he only saw Epstein 3 times during the entire visit. And yes, he regretted staying at the mansion in hindsight, but it was simply a convenient place to stay while he handled other business in New York. The newly released Epstein files paint a completely different picture. According to the email correspondence, Andrew stayed for 9 full days from November 29th to December 7th, 2010. Not a quick in-and-out visit, over a week. And the daily emails reveal a level of hospitality that goes far beyond offering a guest bedroom. Epstein arranged drivers for Andrew. He organised facials. He involved Andrew in his social calendar, his business conversations, even his financial dealings. And the small dinner? It had a guest list that included Woody Allen, Katie Couric, and Charlie Rose. There was a publicist having a meltdown over decor. There were place cards to make sure Andrew didn't end up sitting next to anyone boring. This wasn't a farewell dinner. It was a curated event. But things were already in motion the moment Andrew's plane touched down. On Monday, November 29th, an email account labelled The Duke messaged Epstein at 6:43 p.m. Just one letter, A, landed, clearing formalities. Andrew's protection officer, a man named Julian, immediately requested temporary access codes so the Duke and his security team could move freely in and out of the mansion. That same day, Epstein made 32 outgoing calls. He spent just under $150,000, including payments to construction companies and a $9,000 transfer with the cryptic note, promissory. He also sent an email bragging to a billionaire businessman, Andrew in NY with me for week. Great insights. Not a day, not a quick visit, a week. Epstein's assistant arranged for 2 people to give the Duke a facial tomorrow at 1. Another email went out to a different contact. Prince Andrew is staying with me tomorrow. Wed. He was lining up meetings, flexing connections, showing off his royal guest. Meanwhile, Andrew's own aide forwarded him press coverage about the WikiLeaks scandal claims of inappropriate behaviour tied to Andrew's name. Andrew then forwarded an email from his aide, Amanda Thirsk, about finances, straight to Epstein. And somewhere in the flurry of messages that day, Epstein sent a text to someone asking, "What is your bra and panty size, dear?" That was day 1. By Tuesday, things were settling into a routine, a disturbing one. An email to Epstein asked if someone could take the girls to school tomorrow at 7:45. Another message came in from a young woman. "Hi Jeffrey, I'm working and school tomorrow. Wed, I can come between 4 and 6:30. She also asked him for money to buy pointy shoes for ballet rehearsals. Now, it's worth noting, school in the US can refer to university or college, not just high school. But the tone of these emails, the casual requests for money, the timing, after school, it all fits the pattern that Epstein's victims have described for years. Another message arrived. Jeffrey, are you free tomorrow at 2 for Redacted? Had a really special time today. The same person followed up about photos from Belarus and mentioned that someone has a school from 4 to 8. She will need to leave around 3:40. And while all this was unfolding, Andrew received an email from Buckingham Palace. It contained Whitehall reports from his recent trade envoy trip to China, Vietnam and Singapore. Confidential government documents. His response? He forwarded them to Jeffrey Epstein. Let that sink in. A convicted sex offender had access to official UK trade intelligence, courtesy of a man who held the title of Prince. Wednesday brought confirmation that Katie Couric was in for the dinner. Mick Jagger had been invited but declined. He was in France. Someone had floated the idea of inviting Kate Winslet. Woody Allen and his wife Soon-Yi were locked in. The Duke sent Epstein a video file that day. It was titled Armageddon. But it was Thursday, the day of the party, when things truly spiraled into absurdity. Peggy Segale, a publicist who worked for Harvey Weinstein's film The King's Speech, was in full panic mode. Emails flew back and forth about leopard chairs. Yes, leopard chairs. Epstein apparently had 10 of them. Peggy wanted to know the exact colour of the tablecloth and cushions. She was, in her own words, becoming hysterical. One email from Epstein's assistant had the subject line, "Peggy is having a nervous breakdown." Another emphasised the critical importance of having flowers. But Peggy wasn't the only one stressed. Epstein himself received a message from someone trying to calm him down. "I realise you are stressed. Palm Beach needs to be a rest for you. You cry over the number of chairs, or cry again over the fact that I didn't like what side tables you chose." Meanwhile, logistics for other visitors continued. Emails confirmed timings for women to come round, names redacted. And then came the most chilling message of the day. It arrived from a redacted account. "Hi Jeffrey, how are you? I was finally able to work things out with a dance school to do the massage arrangement. This is significant. Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's longtime associate, has been widely accused of recruiting young women under the guise of offering them massage jobs, only for them to be sexually assaulted. This email, arriving the same day as Andrew's dinner party, suggests the recruitment operation was active, ongoing. Right there in the same house where a member of the British royal family was staying, Epstein also suggested dinner at Lavo, a high-end Italian restaurant, to another contact. They confirmed they'd arrive at 9:30 p.m. Peggy Segale sent the guest list. Despite Andrew's insistence that it was a small gathering, she noted, "Am still inviting." And she made sure Epstein knew that place cards were essential so the Duke wouldn't get stuck sitting next to someone who was boring. Katie Couric apparently was deemed an acceptable dinner companion. That same day, Andrew forwarded Epstein yet another email, this time from a fuel distribution company, asking if Epstein knew anyone interested in investing. And Epstein, ever the operator, told a model he would gladly pay for her travel documents and flights after she ran into visa issues. The party happened. Attendees included Woody Allen, Soon-Yi Previn, Katie Couric, Charlie Rose. It was the event Andrew would later describe as nothing more than a casual, small dinner. The emails suggest otherwise. This was a carefully orchestrated social performance designed to celebrate Epstein's release and reintegrate him into elite circles. And Andrew was the centerpiece. Friday brought more of the same. Ghislaine Maxwell emailed saying she'd try to pop round after dinner. Epstein's assistant asked if he wanted to call Sheikh Abdullah with Andrew. There were more messages about ballerinas, diet cookie recipes, help with the Russian embassy. That evening, Andrew reportedly went out with Mark Packer. But already, press interest was building. Katie Couric forwarded a media request to Peggy Segale with the subject line, "Help." On Saturday, Epstein sent an email asking, "Anyone new for tonight?" The reply, "Not yet, but I'm working on that." He also received a message about a half-Swiss, half-Russian woman due to visit New York soon. And then Andrew and Epstein went shopping at Barney's. Epstein had arranged for Faith Kate's founder of Next Model Management to meet them there at noon. Epstein also reached out to someone else, inviting them over. "Anytime this weekend, Andrew is at the house. Come and visit." He emailed another contact about opportunities in Africa, asking them to call him and Andrew. Sunday was the day of the now famous Central Park photos, the ones that sparked global headlines. Andrew would later claim this walk marked the moment he ended the friendship, a symbolic goodbye. But that morning before the walk, Woody Allen and Sonia came over for bagels. Katie Couric declined, citing a packed weekend, but sent a follow-up email thanking Epstein for the dinner. She praised the lasagna. Apparently, Epstein wasn't a foodie, but someone in that house knew how to cook. She signed off, "Thanks for including me and Brooks. Have a great weekend." Epstein replied, "Andrew and I are disappointed. Fully understand." They went to a private members club before the park. Then the photos were taken. Andrew, in hindsight, would describe this as the day he walked away from Jeffrey Epstein for good, except he didn't leave. Monday, December 6th was supposed to be Andrew's final day, according to his own account, but an email from Peggy Segal tells a different story. It's Andrew's last night. Want to come or help? His last night, as in, he was still there. That evening, someone emailed Epstein, "I was given $5,000, which came from Bella. I have put in your black bag. $5,000 in cash, hand-delivered, placed in Epstein's black bag." Another email mentioned that Naomi Campbell and her boyfriend were coming for dinner at 9 if you want. And Andrew was photographed at the door of the mansion, waving goodbye to a woman, but he still didn't leave. It wasn't until Tuesday, December 7th, that Andrew finally departed. Someone sent Epstein a snarky follow-up email, "So you invite Woody Allen and not me. What am I, chopped liver?" Andrew, it seems, had enjoyed himself. Because just weeks later, mere weeks after this trip that was supposedly all about ending a toxic friendship, the Duke sent Jeffrey Epstein a York family Christmas card. The message read, "Dear Jay, wishing you a wonderful Christmas and spectacular entry into 2011. It was great to spend time with my US family. Looking forward to joining you all again soon. My US family. Looking forward to joining you all again soon." This wasn't goodbye, this was see you next time. And it gets worse. The Epstein files released in 2025 and 2026 show correspondence between Andrew and Epstein continuing well beyond 2010. The idea that he cut ties after that December trip? Completely false. What stands out across all of this isn't just the length of the visit, or the nature of the activities happening in that house, or even the confidential information Andrew shared. It's the lying. Andrew told Emily Maitlis he stayed briefly, saw Epstein 3 times, attended a small dinner, and ended the friendship. Every single part of that story has been contradicted by the emails. He stayed 9 days. He was embedded in Epstein's daily life. The dinner was an orchestrated social event, and he sent a Christmas card weeks later saying he looked forward to seeing Epstein again soon. The consequences? They're still playing out. In October 2025, King Charles stripped Andrew of his remaining royal titles and ordered him evicted from Royal Lodge, his longtime home in Windsor. In February 2026, after the latest batch of Epstein files was released, Andrew moved out early, relocating to a temporary property on the Sandringham estate. And then, just days ago, he was arrested. British police took him in on suspicion of misconduct in public office, examining whether he knowingly shared classified trade information with a convicted criminal. So here's the question. If Andrew lied about 9 days versus 3 meetings, what else he lied about? Did the palace know the real timeline back in 2019 when he sat down with Emily Maitlis? And if they did, why did they let him go on television and lie? Every time new files are released, this story gets worse for him. The 2010 trip was never about honour. It was never about doing the right thing. It was 9 days in a mansion where girls arrived after school, where cash was passed in black bags, where government secrets were forwarded like gossip, and where a convicted sex offender treated a prince like a prized possession. And Andrew, for his part, sent a Christmas card calling it all family.